What is up, everybody? It is Sunday night. Usually we be talking about, what happened today. We'd either be mad, we'd be sad, we'd be happy, we'd be confused. But today we're not. We're just we got to, see the rest of the games today. Didn't have to worry about the Titans too much today. There was a couple things that came out. We'll go over it. When we bring Ryan in here, we got Ryan Harris, who's going to join the show. He's a big supporter of me, of Titan Upload, the Titan Upload Network, and many others for that matter. He's an awesome dude. I've been wanting to get him in here for a while. He's got a podcast he just came out with called The Jump Pass. You can follow him on Twitter too. But yeah, let's roll the intro. I do got a new intro coming up, and I got a couple things to show you guys. Still with the old intro now, but I'm having one made. So yeah, let's roll it. Let's get started. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let's go. So here we go. What is up, my friend? How are you doing, man? How's it going?
What's up, Rossi? What's going on? Thank you for having me to the show.
Yeah, man, no problem. Like I said, I've been wanting to get you in there for a while now. I'm a big supporter of yours too, what you do on Twitter. I haven't had a chance to listen to the podcast yet, but I will. And I'm excited. I'm excited for you, man. There's a lot of us now, and I think it's a cool thing. I think it's just making, bringing more fans to us. It just means that our small market is getting a little bigger, right? So tell the people where they can find you. I'll post it on the screen too, but tell them where they can find you and kind of what you're doing, what you're starting now.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find me at Ryan Harris 662 on Twitter. Again, that's Ryan RYAN Harris HARRIS 662 on Twitter. As Rossi just mentioned, I have a new podcast called The Jump Pass, which is basically, the cover has got Derrick Henry about to throw the jump pass to Corey Davis at that playoff game against the Ravens. Also follow that podcast as well at The Jump Pass TN. Again, that's at The Jump Pass TN. TN as in Tennessee. So very excited to start my first podcast, my first Tennessee Titan podcast, and just ready to give my expertise on all things regarding the Tennessee Titans.
Okay. And what did you say about at the Jump Pass TN? What is that? How do they find that?
Yeah, you can find it. It's at the Jump Pass TN on Twitter at TH.
On Twitter.
Yep, on Twitter.
Gotcha.
Yep. Also, got some things going on in the future, so you will want to definitely follow me and the Jump Pass as well. Got a kind of got a spoiler alert. I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit. Kind of got a giveaway to kind of represent for the Titans fans out there. A giveaway for for the men and the ladies. So just be on the lookout for that.
Awesome, man. I did a little giveaway a couple weeks ago. It was cool. And shout out to I think his name is it's the guy on Twitter that Titan Ryan or something.
Yeah.
I have to look it up. You probably know what I'm talking about. He makes the really cool pictures of, like, he kind of has them in neon, the prints and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's James Ryan, if I'm not mistaken.
James Ryan. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, me and him interacted a few times. I actually was in the process of getting some merch from him. So yeah.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I met him at the game, at the Colts game, and he gave me like 15, 16 of those 4x6 prints, and it was cool, man. I got a couple here. I'm gonna get to some of the people in the chat real quick. before we get rolling here. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I tell you what, man, it's been a cool journey. I think we're at 520 subscribers. And a shout out to Titan Upload. And this channel is a part of the Titan Upload network. And basically what that means is, it's just a network. We're trying to build this network of good quality Titans YouTubers. You put out good quality content, people, real fans who are really trying to do it, you know what I mean, like yourself. And so that's what we're doing, man. And between me and Upload, we got content rolling, and I know Upload's been under the weather, and he'll return tomorrow. He was pretty down and out there for a minute. He didn't have COVID or nothing, but so he'll return for Monday Night Football tomorrow night for his watch party. And we know that's going to be lit. It's going to be awesome. And, Titan Anderson too. Titan Anderson's having a watch party tomorrow too. So, shout out to Titan Anderson too. He's a big supporter of this channel. I'm a supporter of his channel. So, it's pretty cool. But I'm going to get to some of the comments real quick. Bryce Pratt says, "What's up, Rossi? What's up, buddy? How you doing? Gaming Misfits, tighten the hell up. Let's freaking go. Let's go. Let's get it. Sin City Titan, my boy, tighten up. Can't wait for the game tomorrow. Me too, man. We're stoked. I really believe this game is going to come down to offensive line blocking. With no blocking, we're taking the L. So come on. We'll get into the O-line and all that. Rocky YT, what's up? Raul, my buddy, lives right near me here, so tighten up to him. And Tiger Gamer, who used to be Vicious Gaming. See, I remember that, Tiger. He said, "I can't be on there. Sorry, I have school tomorrow, but you guys are great." Hey, man, that's good, right?
Yeah.
You know about that, right? So
Absolutely.
So yeah, Bryce Pratt says, "I'm so stoked about tomorrow." So let's get out. Let's get on this, man. Let's go through kind of some of the scores for today before we get into I guess the Titans talk per se. I made a little slide here earlier. So, and if there's anything, does anything kind of jump out to you today? Like, I know. That Pats game was crazy. I just watched the end of that. The Patriots and do I have that on here? Yeah, the Cowboys and the Patriots. That was wild, man. That
Yeah.
was a wild finish. That pick six, Diggs is. I think his name's Tavon Diggs, right? Or
Right.
Tavon.
Correct.
Yeah. He's got 6 interceptions this season, the most ever for this point in the season. So that dude is killing it. Any of these scores stand out to you, or anything stand out to you from today's games?
Yeah, really that Ravens Chargers game, because that was supposed to be like the game of the week or the game for for this for Sunday, um, and the Ravens really didn't make it a game. They really just dominated from start to finish. The Chargers, I don't know, the Chargers didn't really show up. I actually thought the Chargers would play a little bit, a little bit better. I didn't think the Ravens. I wasn't surprised that the Ravens won. It's just the way that they won. They ran the football. Lamar is just playing great football, really. I know that, us Titans fans, we don't want to, praise the Ravens for anything, and some of that is, rightfully so because it's such a heated rivalry. But the Ravens playing some good football, and right now they playing basically they look like the second best team in the AFC behind Buffalo right now.
Yeah, and that was crazy. And the thing that stinks about that game today is I have Lamar Jackson on my fantasy team, and he just I mean, they did great today, but he just didn't put up a lot of numbers today because I mean he didn't really need to. And the last 2 weeks of my fantasy has just been, well, for my Titans and YouTubers league, it hasn't been too bad. But for the Matt Neely league that I'm in, I mean, I'm talking if you look at my points, like you would question why I'm even playing fantasy football. Like I had 35, like 36, 7 points last week. Like it was insane, man. Like I had injuries. It was just crazy. This week I got like 60 and I need like 50 points. And I got Devin Singletary, and like a kicker left. So it's OV, you know. I'll be 3-3. At least I'm not 0-6, you know, like the Lions or something. Let's get to some more of these
Right in the
others.
thick of it.
Yep. And you know, and one thing I wanted to talk with you too before we get into the Titan stuff, and this has been mentioned even on TV and by the media, how much parity there is this year. I mean, I just feel like this season there's been so many close games. Um, it's just kind of crazy, man. You know, how many close games are, I mean, look today, the Vikings and the Panthers in overtime, the Cowboys and the Patriots weren't expected to do anything in this game. Not really. I mean, they always put up a pretty good fight because it's Belichick, you know. Um, it's just, and then you have games like the Ravens and the Chargers, or the Ravens just completely blow out the Chargers are a good team, you know. Um it's just pretty wild, man. What do you got any opinions on that? Like, is it just me, or do you think that as well, as far as like the parity in the league?
Oh, it's definitely a lot of parity. I feel like there's really not a clear cut favorite to, win the Super Bowl or, or be in the Super Bowl from both sides, from both AFC and NFC. I mean, the Cardinals are undefeated, but I mean, do they are they the best team in the league? Some people say no. Some people will say that the Bills are the best team and they have a loss under their belt, or maybe the Ravens are the best team. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of parity in the National Football League, and I think that's exciting. I think that's really good. That makes it wide open. Basically, as long as you can put yourself in a position to go to the playoffs, I feel like anything can happen, especially this year. I mean, you look at the Chiefs. They're struggling. They're
Yeah.
the team that's been in the Super Bowl the last couple of seasons. They had a pretty much a dominant performance against Washington, especially in that second half. But they
Yeah.
struggled. They've been struggling, especially on defense. But this team, I mean, there's a lot of teams in the National Football League that are slightly above average, and there's not enough teams that you would consider elite. Maybe, like I said, maybe the Cardinals, maybe the Bucks, maybe the Packers, or the Ravens, or in the Bills as well. But that's pretty much it. And all those teams that I just mentioned have glaring holes in their team that could be exposed at any given Sunday.
Yeah, and let me know in the chat too, guys. Like, who is y'all's kind of surprise team this season, or who do you think is maybe a Super Bowl contender? And of course, I was watching the Cowboys game, and they love the Cowboys. I mean, the media absolutely loves the Cowboys. Like, they, if they're in the Super Bowl this year, oh my gosh, it's going to be, and they love the Chiefs too. But I mean, rightfully so. The Cowboys are playing good. Dak Prescott's playing well. They got an explosive offense. Their defense is good. I'm pretty impressed by the Cowboys and the Cardinals. I mean, the Cardinals are just straight smoking people. It's insane. Um, the Rams are doing well. The Ravens are doing well. The Packers. I mean, I guess the only truly surprising one out there is probably the Cardinals, as far as, the win-loss category. Um, but, like the Panthers started out hot. Now they're 3-3. I think the Browns, they started out pretty good. Now they're 3-3. Um, so the Lions are, well, they're still the Lions, and nothing's changed. And man, I'd hate to be a Lions fan. I tell you, unless it was back in the day when Barry Sanders was. At least you had Barry Sanders to watch, or Calvin Johnson. But it is crazy, and a lot of these games are closer, and that's why I think, Ryan, like, okay, there's a lot of people. Everybody's predicting us to lose. Like, let's not get it twisted. You know what I mean? Everybody's predicting us to
Right.
lose. Heck, most of our own fans are predicting us to lose. And earlier in the week, I was thinking, you know what? We're going to play a close game, but I think we're going to lose. But I've had a change of heart, and it's mainly because basically what had happened last year, and it's at home, and it's on Monday night. The only thing is, too, when I heard Julio was going to play and AJ, now AJ's got an illness, and it's like now he's questionable. I don't know if he got a little bug. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, it was some kind of illness. If you recall, he kind of had an interview on, I believe that was Friday, where he said
Yeah.
that he might be on a snap count. So that might be the reason why he's going to be probably on the snap count. It couldn't come at a worse time, in my opinion. But um, it's just, to me, the Titans have been bit by the injury bug pretty much the entire season. It's like, okay, a couple of players coming back, then a couple of players are going to be out. So hopefully, if the Titans can just, continue to ride the ship and continue to just try to string in as many wins as possible until they get to that late bye week, then hopefully, those players can get, fully healthy for the playoff push.
Yeah. I don't know what this guy means. Do you know what that word means?
That's the Cowboys. I think that's maybe
Oh,
in French.
okay. I got you. Maybe he didn't want to spell it. Maybe he didn't want to say your name. Yeah, I hear you, man.
Por favor. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
French.
I know
Yeah,
what por favor means, but the cow, I
yeah.
think that means just thank you or something. But
Mhm.
sorry, man. I didn't mean to go on the Cowboys there. I didn't mean to compliment them. I'm sorry. I know, we hear it all the time with the Cowboys. Raul Garcia said the Cards are the real deal, and we know, yeah, we do, man. They put a hurting on us. Bryce Pratt says the Jackson Jaguars surprised me. Really? Well, I mean, yeah, I mean they won today, so I guess good for them. Mr.
Yeah.
Weezer, Cowboys are my surprise team. All right. Um, Paulie D, love you, Blue. He's a big supporter of ours too. How about the Browns? Both running backs are hurt. Chubb now and Hunt. Oh, I didn't know Kareem Hunt was
Yeah.
carted off today.
Yeah, he
Um,
got carted off. Yeah. I
wow,
think it was a calf injury.
wow. Um, Kent Woods says, "What's up, Kent Woods? How you doing?" Shout out to Kent Woods. I know he wouldn't mind me telling this, but he's got a really cool organization where he takes like kids on like I don't know, underprivileged kids, not always underprivileged kids, but he takes them on. It's like an organization, a foundation, where he takes kids on like fishing trips and hunting trips. You can look him up on Facebook. It's really cool. And I know me and him are going to try and get together. I'm part of an organization called Grace Notes in South Florida, where we try to help troubled youth, people addicted to alcohol and drugs. We go and play music at, like I said, drug treatment centers, hospice centers, children's hospitals. We go all around South Florida around here and do that. So we're going to try and link up with Kent Woods' organization. It'd be pretty cool. So it's always cool to support stuff like that. So shout out to Kent Woods for doing that too.
That's
Um,
what's up.
the big sportsman says, "What's up, everyone?" Shout out to him. I watched a game, Titans game at the Titan Stadium. He hooked me up with the ticket, met his family. It was really cool. So I want to get to some of these, basically our rankings, our team rankings as far as offense, defense, and the Bills too. Um, so here we go here. So as of right now, and this has probably changed because of today's games. Um, I hadn't get the updated one yet, so I'm sure it's changed a few spots here and there, maybe considering what the league has done. But on offense, we're ranked 10th, so it's not bad. Rushing, obviously we're third, 26. We could definitely step it up in the passing game. Obviously, the defense we're 21st, so better than last year. Passing 21st, rushing 16th. The Bills. Now, the Bills are a different story. The Bills are eighth in offense, first in defense. Total defense are first in the league. Passing ninth, offense, rushing offense fifth, which is that actually surprises a lot of people, but that's a lot to do with Josh Allen running the football. Defense, they're ranked second in passing, third in rushing. What do you think, man? I mean, do we got a shot against these guys? I mean, honestly, trying to be non-biased because we're Titans fans, do you think we really have a shot Monday?
Absolutely. I mean, it's any given Sunday, or in this case, any given Monday. Um, you just have to play good complementary football. Both offense and defense just have to be able to, offense, you got to, limit the mistakes, move the ball downfield, convert third downs. If you're on defense, you got to basically control the controllables. If it's third down, get off the field, uh, put a little pressure on Josh Allen, control their wide receivers as much as you can. So absolutely, I do. I mean, I would never count any team out.
Yeah.
Especially what happened to the Titans a couple of weeks ago against the Jets. So I mean, as long as everybody gets paid, in the National Football League. So I would never count any team out. So you just have to once the the lights are on Monday Night Football, anything can happen. So the Titans I believe in the Titans being able to be prepared for at least a competitive game, not a 56-10 game as Houston 777 is predicting.
Yeah. And I would I take it obviously you're a Houston fan there, but thanks for tuning in. Regardless, all is welcome here. So I appreciate y'all other fans tuning in for sure. And so we know that we all know that Fulton is out of the game, which is, man, that is like you
That
said
hurt.
with AJ. Like, here we go. Like it's that's a crushing blow, right? And in your opinion, who's your choice to start? I posted this on Twitter earlier, and I actually posted two polls, and I had typos in both of them. It's so dumb. Like, um, I went back, I put like break borders or something on the second one, and the first one I put, who do you want opposite of um of Jenkins, and I put Janoris Jenkins, and I was like, golly, man, I can't tweet for the life of me today. And you can't edit on Twitter. So that's the one thing I can't stand about Twitter is you can't edit on it. So it's like, it is what it is, but whatever. So who's your choice? Like, who do you think fares well better against Diggs or Sanders? I would take it that, you know, I don't know. What do you think? Who's your choice to start?
I'm gonna be honest. I mean, these are not great choices. I mean, with Farley and Borders, but if I had to pick one guy, I would say Farley. He's a first round draft pick. Hasn't played much. Has been hurt, and look, Farley's gonna make some mistakes. I think the worst thing to do is to not play him at all or not give him any snaps. I mean, that's not in today's NFL. You can't hold your rookies back. You need to he needs, for, like Tennessee Titan Weekly says, I mean, Caleb Farley will have to step up. It's next man up. And this will be the perfect opportunity. Now, he's not going to play a perfect game because he hasn't really got the experience, but you're only going to learn if you go out there and make some mistakes. And the key thing is, if he makes mistakes, then he has to learn from those mistakes, and then he has to go out there and continue to perform at a somewhat of a high level. But if I had the choice to pick between Farley and Borders, I'm going with Farley just because he
Yeah.
has so much more upside than Borders, in my opinion.
Yeah. And definitely a big shout out to Tennessee Titans Weekly. I've been watching them for a long time. And I met Jock and at the game. I haven't met Hawk yet, but shout out to those guys. They're awesome, right?
Yeah, they're great. Yeah,
They're one
absolutely.
of the best Titans YouTubers out there. So y'all go follow them. Definitely on YouTube. So shout out to you guys. My opinion too, and this is a tough one, right? This is kind of a tough one because you got Caleb Farley, who's a rookie, who hasn't played much at all, sparingly. Last week was the most he's ever played, you know. I was there, I was at the game. I was able to kind of key in on him and watch him, and I felt like he did pretty well, you know. The play in the end zone at the end was a little suspect. That probably could have went either way as far as pass interference or anything like that, but or something like that. But you know, it's tough. It's tough, right? And Breon Borders is the more experienced player. He played last season, had a few good games, and then he kind of got exposed. I don't, Breon Borders doesn't have the speed that Farley does, doesn't have the athletic ability, probably. I'm not, probably doesn't. So, man, I mean, Stephon Diggs on a rookie, it's going to be tough. And he'll probably be on Janoris. I mean, Stephon Diggs is going to be on Janoris.
Right.
But even that, dude, that's rough, man, because
Yeah.
Janoris has been getting smoked this year. And it just scares me, man. Emmanuel Sanders has been playing well, but honestly, I think Borders might match up better against Sanders. Farley would probably, as far as speed and ability, I mean, Farley would match up better with um, being on Diggs, I would think. But I mean, obviously, you got to put Jenkins on Diggs, right? I mean, um, just for his experience. What do you think? I mean, what do you think about that, bro? You think we can stop Diggs and their receivers?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you kind of have to mix some coverages up. You can't put one-on-one coverage on
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs. I mean, you might have to get some safety help. I don't know. Maybe I don't know Amani Hooker's status on the game for playing tomorrow, but this is going to be a tough cover regardless of who's who's guarding him, right? So
yeah,
it's not going to be a easy fix, or you kind of have to just let Diggs kind of get his, but not basically totally dominate the game. It's basically going to be relied upon stopping the other wide receivers. Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, and then we haven't really
yeah,
talked about this yet, but Dawson Knox has really been their most underrated player. If you look
yeah,
at
dude.
Dawson Knox, I mean, he's been killing it the last 3 games. He's been making big plays after big plays, and that's a guy. That's another weapon. And we haven't even talked about Gabriel Davis, who's he's been pretty quiet this season, but he's
Yeah,
basically, I mean, he's like a fifth option, which in other teams he could be like the second or third option. So it's a lot of weapons, but one thing I know about Vrabel, he kind of has he has good plans at times against quarterbacks like Josh Allen, who like to throw the ball downfield, because Josh Allen is such a chunk play kind of a quarterback. You kind of have to make him patient. You got to
yeah,
make dink and dunk quarterback. You got to make him take the 3 and 5 yard plays and not the 20 to 30 yard plays. And usually Josh Allen don't. He's a stubborn thrower. He's not going to take the 3 and 5 yards every time. He's going to try to take some shots, and it's going to be up to the Titans defense to kind of get some interceptions and kind of turn him over a couple of times.
Yeah, turnovers are the key, man, and that's something we did last week. And Kevin Byard, man, he is going to be massive in this game. We need him. I mean, he played incredible the last game. I actually have a video from last week. I was there. I was on like the freaking third row, man. It was amazing. The tickets were super cheap in Jacksonville. Let me see. I got the game winner here and his touchdown. We'll just play both of them. Why not?
Why not?
And here's the game where he sealed the deal, basically.
Interception, number 31, Kevin Byard.
So there you go, right there. That's my my reporting there. So Byard was killing it, right? How important is he for this game?
Oh, he's going to be one of the keys. You mentioned that Jaguar game. That was his best game, in my opinion, since 2019. You look at what he does, he kind of does a lot of different things. Now, the thing that I wish, the defense from a schematic standpoint would do a little bit more is kind of blitz him a little bit more. I've kind of missed the corners and safety blitzes at times, like back in, when Dean Pease was the DC. But I think it's going to be key. He's going to be pretty much guarding the slot guy or Dawson Knox. So he's basically going to be, between Beasley and Knox and maybe even Gabriel Davis if it's like, if it's like a deep passing play. But he's going to be the key because Josh Allen, he loves Dawson Knox, and he's going to be the guy that's going to have to, basically be able to stop him and not get those big chunk plays that they've been getting over the last couple of games.
And I popped these up earlier, but you could see, I mean, and y'all could see out there, Dawson Knox is just straight killing it. He's got 5 TDs, so he's a guy that's obviously been great in the red zone, and he's been one of Allen's favorite targets in the red zone for sure. And he does have 261 yards. He's averaging over 50 a game. And you could see Emmanuel Sanders. He's been playing great, man. He's kind of had a surprising year. Stephon Diggs hasn't been as explosive this year, but they really haven't needed him to be because they're spreading the ball around so good. Devin Singletary, he hasn't done much in the passing game, but I mean, if you look at his stats, man, he's averaging 5.2 yards a carry, Obviously, Josh Allen, 188 yards, 5.4 yards a carry. Zach Moss, not as explosive, but he's more their goal line guy, 3 TDs, 4.0 yards per carry. So, like I said, they're like 4th in the league in rushing, dude. So, I was listening to I think it was Paul Kaharski maybe, and they were talking about how basically you can't blitz Allen because he's just going to burn you. And I think one thing that, obviously the Steelers beat them, and I went back. I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched like the highlights of the game. They seem to keep Allen contained pretty well. I think if you could keep him in the pocket, I mean, he can pass from the pocket, obviously, but he's best on the run, throwing the ball on the run. If you can keep him in the pocket and get him off his game, that's where you're gonna, be at your best against them. So yeah, I mean, the coaching's gonna have to be spot on this game. Shane Bone is gonna have to be spot on this game, because I kind of look at it as it's this type of game. It's almost 50-50 with the players and the coaching. So yeah, man. Obviously, we talked about Brown earlier. Bro Dupree. He's somebody that, and this is, having him back. Do you think it kind of helps offset having, not having Fulton?
Absolutely. You need as many pass rushers as possible. For a guy like Josh Allen, and Landry's been playing great football pretty much all season long. So I think Landry needs some help. I think Simmons has been playing pretty good. He's been playing great. I think Audrey's been doing a good job. So I think that line, you got Ola. Ola's been a big surprise for the Titans. Kind of among the team leaders in sacks. So you definitely, Bud Dupree coming in. That's that big free agent acquisition, right? So we definitely need him to, show up and show out. And I think having him in there is going to even free up. It's going to free up Simmons. It's going to free up Landry to to get out to Josh Allen. So yeah, absolutely think Bud Dupree is going to help.
And this was something, and I meant to show this the last show we had with Two Tone Zone. We had a great show with them on Tuesday, but this was Bud. What he said this past week, maybe he was talking about, basically coming back too soon. For me, it's my mind being ahead of my body. Dupree said, leaning along the rail that keeps blah, blah, blah. You've got to let things like that kind of heal. And I rushed it, kind of let my pride get in the way. I should have waited a little longer. I was eager to get on the field for my new team, new city, new fans, try to make my place with the players. So you see that there. Obviously he's saying he kind of rushed himself back. So it's good. If he's playing, I think it's a sign that he's probably in decent health. He's happy where he's at. Do we need him? We need him. Obviously we talked about Landry. Landry's been playing lights out. You put somebody like Dupree on the other side, you're going to free Landry up even more, We'll pull up the defensive stats here for a minute. Landry leading the team in sacks, 4.5 sacks, 2 sacks last week. Like you said, Ola's been he was a little quiet last game, but he's got 2.5 sacks. He's second on the team in sacks, When you got Danico Autry, he's been playing well. Obviously Big Jeff. So these guys, this line is really got to step up. Tierra Tart, another one. He made that play last week on 4th and 1, which was a really dumb play call by the Jags. I was there and people were irate at Urban Meyer. I think I actually got a video of it. Let's see here. So this was 4th and 1 at the end of the game. I'm sure you all saw it. They did like a draw or something. He just got smashed. I think it was Robinson, but here we go. How crazy is that? Like, what a horrible play call. You know what I mean? Like, that was just bad, man. Like, I felt bad for the Jags fans. That's how bad of a play call that was.
Yeah, and the thing is, it was Carlos Hyde. James Robinson. Yeah.
You're right.
James Robinson was killing the Titans. I'm talking about destroying the Titans. He
Yeah.
had 150 yards rushing. I think he had a touchdown or two,
Yep.
and he dominated the Titans. And on that particular play, you're going to give it to Carlos Hyde. I think that's just showing Urban Meyer's Ohio State bias there by giving that opportunity to Hyde where he wasn't doing anything in that particular game, and that bit him. And that was good for for us as Titans fans and for the Titans as well.
Yeah, man, and it was and yeah, dude, like because me and Darren Schaefer, he met me there at the game, and we went to the game together, but he was the one in the front of the videos going, yeah. He was so loud, dude. It was awesome, man. Another loud fan is Sin City Titan. I went to the Bucks preseason game. Dude, that dude's got a yell on him, man. Like it was crazy. It was a lot of fun, man. Like you could see the other team's fans just like kind of scowling at him, So he made a difference. It was awesome. But yeah, man. I mean that play was insane. And I want to get to some of the comments here. You guys have been awesome. There's been 27 to like 35 people in here. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate the support. I know Ryan will appreciate the support. Andy does too. So start checking him out on Twitter. The jump past 10, right? And,
Correct. 10. Yep.
And check him out. Also, his own. He posts a lot on his own account. At Ryan Harris 62.
662.
662. So at Ryan Harris 662. So yeah, definitely check him out. But let's get to some of the comments here. Let's see, the official TY says I'm doing Farley until he messes up. He never gonna get better if you don't put him in those situations. Yeah, you're right, man. Caring with Carrie, I believe this is Titans Time Podcast wife. So if I'm wrong, sorry, but she's a big supporter of the channel, and Titans Time Podcast is awesome too. I love those guys. I'm buddies with Tyler. Daniel Anderson says agree. Adjust Gaming. What's up, Rossi? What's up, my friend? JT says I think Stephon will give Farley rookie treatment, but I hope Titans fans are not going to think he's about to shut Diggs down. Yeah, man, it's obviously going to be tough. I don't think he's going to be on Farley though. Do you see them putting Farley on Diggs at all? Like, is there a chance of that?
They might force it though. I think the Bills might force it. Might move around. They might move Diggs around to where he can go 1-on-1 with Farley.
Yeah.
So it could happen, and then Titans gonna have to make some adjustments, especially if Diggs gets it going early on.
Yeah, and like we're talking about, man, it's Diggs hasn't even. I mean, Diggs has got some yards, but he's not even been like the playmaker this season. It's been Knox, Sanders, Allen with his legs, his arm, obviously. Singletary's made some plays in the run game. And like you said, Gabriel Wilson is somebody that is probably just waiting to have a little breakout game. You know what I mean? BT Hill says Iowa Hawk, and AJ, he's talking to Tennessee Titans Weekly. I'm nervous about Farley still. I don't think he's warmed up to the game yet. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to have to get that experience. I'm Blocksville, Tennessee says I'm worried about the punter situation. Well, let's hope we don't have to punt. How do you think that guy did last weekend, the punter?
I thought he did pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you don't have Brett Kern. And that's kind of, too big of an expectation for another punter to be just like Brett Kern. But I thought he did well. I hope we don't have to punt. That means we're putting points on the board So yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't think we need to punt as much, or otherwise we probably are going to be looking at 3-3.
Yeah, and I felt like he was a little more comfortable last game, but that first game he looked really nervous. And Big Sportsman says I put Farley in man off coverage 3 to 5 yards off the line with safety over the top. Yeah, and Big Sportsman, he is he knows the game. So when I was at the game, he was telling me formations and he was telling me all this stuff. I never played football much. I played baseball, basketball, ran track, but I do know some about the game, but some people out there like James, a Big Sportsman, No Flags Film, these guys know like this all the X's and O's. You might too. I'm not sure.
Now, I know formations and stuff. I mean, Big Sportsman. I mean, he's exactly right. I would not put him in a man-to-man situation,
Yeah,
not this early in his career. So yeah, that's exactly what. I mean, that would probably be the number one strategy for Farley. It's just to kind of play him off a little bit, get some safety help, and just kind of limit Stephon Diggs as much as possible, or limit whoever's going to be, one on one with, or whatever receiver is going to be guarding, or Farley is going to be checking or whatever. Whether
yeah,
it's Diggs or Sanders or even Cole Beasley, who knows? Either
yeah,
one of those receivers. So yeah, definitely that would probably be the number one game plan, is just kind of play him off coverage and kind of, play him in some safe zones and kind of, get his feet wet. Because like you said, I mean, he hasn't played a whole lot, and that's a big spot to be in, going on Monday Night Football, and you barely have played in your first season. That's a lot to ask for, but
yeah,
it's that old saying, next man up, and he just gotta, you got to be ready. When your number is called, you got to be ready.
yeah. And yeah, no, you're exactly right. That's kind of Vrabel's thing, next man up, and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens, man. I'm excited to see him play, but we'll just see what happens. Tomorrow night we're gonna find out. JT says Townsend is not a horrible replacement to me. He muffed that first punt and did all right after that. Yeah, I feel like he settled down. Tennessee Titans weekly facts about Borders versus Farley. Kentwood says for the Titans to be considered a Super Bowl contender, we have to win this game tomorrow night. Period. We can't lose. I agree with that. I mean, it's still early in the season. As far as the division, if we're talking about the division, obviously it's not a must win. But if you don't win tomorrow, what are the Colts now? They're 2-4.
2-4. Yeah.
So we would be 3-3. So I mean, the division is not over if we lose tomorrow. We're a game and a half up on them. So if we lose tomorrow, so doesn't take. I mean, if the Colts if they played like they did today, which they played good today, and we got a tough stretch. We got and let's pull the schedule up real quick while we're at it. We got a tough stretch here. I think I still got it on here yet. The Bills. We got the Bills obviously coming up tomorrow night. Then you got the Chiefs who bounced back today. Luckily, both those are at home. Then you got at the Colts. So realistically, Ryan, if we're gonna break this down and be negative, we're gonna be negative here. Just for a second, hypothetically, if we lose against the Bills, we're 3-3, right? The Colts are 2-4. I don't know who they play next week. They play next week. They get the 3-4. We could easily, not easily, but we could get beat by the Chiefs too. So then you're looking at if the Colts keep winning, we're looking at a tied up division. You know what I mean? So I see Kent Woods' point. I think if we really want to show that we're not the team that came out against the Jets, that we're not this kind of up and down team. We got to come out and play good tomorrow and win. I mean, even if we don't win, we need to play a competitive game. We need to be in there till the end, just to show that we do have what it takes to win the division and to be a good team. How important is this game to you tomorrow?
It's very
In
important.
your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's very important. That Jet loss really puts it in a different perspective because
Yep.
let's just say if they would have beat the Jets, this game here, with the Bills and then they come off a short week and they play the Chiefs, the best case scenario would have been to, split that, those two matchups, go 1-1, and it wouldn't hurt the Titans at all. Um, Honestly, I think the Titans are in good position regardless of the two matchups between the Bills and the Chiefs, simply because the division is so bad. There's a bunch of bad teams in this division. I don't believe in the Colts. I mean, the Colts did play well, but it was against the Texans, and they're another bad team in this AFC South division. So as long as the Titans take care of business within the division, they're going to be fine. They're going to get a home game and things of that nature and win the division. But but to be taken serious, yes, you definitely need to win these games or at least be competitive and show the world that you can play with the elite teams in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree with you too, man. It just like I just hope we don't come out and just lay an egg, and I really don't think we're going to. I have a good feeling about tomorrow night, like I just have a good feeling about it. I think Henry's ready to go. I just, we're first in the league in time of possession. That's a big deal. That's a big deal against a team like Buffalo. That's the best. What is it? What's the saying about the best offense or the best defense is a good offense or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, keeping them off the field is going to be crucial, right? It's going to be crucial. Keeping Allen off the field, keeping their offense off the field. Shout out to the Power Hour, man.
Power Hour.
What's up, guys? Ready for prime time? Power Hour's a cool dude. Have you seen? I don't know if you've checked out some of his stuff on TikTok.
Yeah, I'll check out some of it. Actually, I am going to be on the Power Hour tomorrow.
Oh, sweet, man.
So yeah, to preview the game and everything. So definitely tune in tomorrow as I will be on the Power Hour. So yeah, Power Hour has great content. I like what he's doing, as I like Rossi and TA and Upload, and the Titans family is growing and growing every day, and it's a great thing to see because we need that. The national media doesn't talk about us, so we have to we as podcasters and YouTubers have to create our own content to kind of get fans continue to be engaged and about all things regarding the teams that we love, of course, which is the Titans. So yeah, so shout out to the Power Hour. I will be on the Power Hour tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that as well. And can't wait to see some of you guys there or more people. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
And what time are y'all going live tomorrow?
I believe it's 6:30, if I'm not mistaken. Power Hour can kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 6:30 Central Standing Time.
That's awesome, man. I love his voiceovers, like on his TikToks and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got a great voice for that type of thing. He kind of sounds like one of those NFL guys, it's really cool. So check out the Power Hour. I think his Twitter and please post it in the chat if you're still in here, Power Hour. And his name's Michael Bishop. So
yeah,
post it in the chat, Michael. I'll put it on the screen of what's your YouTube, Twitch. I know it's just the Power Hour, and I think the Twitter's at the Power Hour 615. So check them out tomorrow night. That's going to be fun, man. It's always fun with him. He's got a great taste for music too. So the official TY getting a turnover earlier in the game. Yeah, like we did last week, like Molden did in that clip I showed. Let's see, Titan Time says the Power Hour. Football fan says Dupree is playing the pass rush will be better last time he played when they contained Russell at Seattle. Yeah, that's true. He did play then.
Yeah.
Football fan says Josh Allen throws a pick six first drive. I hope you're right. That would be amazing. That would be an awesome way to start. All stats go out the window once the ball gets kicked off. So let's see here, guys. Mark Jones says our defense is better, and we're familiar with Buffalo over the last few seasons. That's right. The official says the diminisher, and somebody called Henry was on. What's the guy's name? I can't remember his name. If y'all remember in the chat, my mind's going blank. Rich Eisen. He was on the Rich Eisen show the other day, and Rich Eisen gave him a new nickname called the Diminisher. So I like Rich Eisen. He's pretty funny. Titans Jake says I'm late. I'm late, Rossi. Any updates on AJ? I'll let you handle that one, man. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah, so AJ had obviously had some kind of illness that kind of led to what he said on Friday in regards of being on a snap count. He's been downgraded to questionable. I expect him to play. I actually expect him to have a limited snap count, as he, alluded to on Friday. So you might get about 60% AJ in that particular game. But hey, 60% AJ is better than 0% AJ. So, we need all hands on deck for this particular game. So, AJ, I know Titans fans are a little frustrated with him because it seems like something always going on with him, but he's still one of our best weapons, especially, down the field and the big plays that he can generate with this offense. So he's gonna be a weapon, whether he gets 5 catches or 3 catches or 0 catches. Just him being out on the field as a decoy is going to help this offense.
Yeah, you're definitely right, man. And having him and Julio on both sides, it's pretty tough, and it does. I mean, even if he's a decoy, which I think AJ will be more than that, but
yeah,
obviously, but that's going to be crucial to. We need any possible help we can get, any little trick, anything. We got to play the best of our ability. We got to play lights out. Everybody's got to be in sync to beat the Bills. That's just how good the Bills are. You know what I mean? They've won 4 straight. I think they just lost their first game, right, against the Steelers.
Yep.
So they've gotten it together. We've been up and down. We've been kind of hit and miss. Obviously, the injuries, man. I mean, we've had so many freaking injuries. I've not seen any team in the league's injuries list as long as ours is and was. We're getting healthier, though. We're, other than, Fulton and like McNichols is suffering, Rogers, Saffold, but we're getting a little healthier each week, other than Fulton, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, at one point we had 21 people on the injury report, so it's getting better and better. But I mean, right now, it's kind of bad. But like I said, if we can just kind of ride the ship and string some wins together, while we're getting some of those players back healthy, I think especially before the bye week, if we get put in a position where players are starting to get healthy right before the bye week, and then once the bye week comes, I think the Titans will be a pretty healthy team coming from that bye week.
Yeah, man, and like I said, if we don't win this game, I would at least like us to, play tough, man, to play competitive and just keep it close to the end at least, because we need some confidence, we need some confidence going into that Chiefs game too. We got a tough stretch coming up, we got the Colts. Did the Saints, I think the Saints were on a bye today, weren't they?
Yeah, they were on the bye. Yeah.
They've been kind of up and down, but they can get you too, man. I mean, Winston, he'll be great and then he'll be terrible. You never know. You never know with him. The injury report here. This is the Bills and the Titans injury report. Let me take this scroller off. I don't know if there's. Let's see here. So you got a lot of these. It's kind of misleading too because you got full participation in a lot of these guys in practice. Westbrook hasn't really done much lately just because we haven't really needed him too much with guys getting healthy. Julio Jones, full participation. Bud Dupree, full participation. AJ, obviously, he's downgraded to questionable. And as we know with the Titans, any of this can change at any given moment, Chester Rogers, that's somebody, he's been hurt. He's been limited in practice. So that's interesting. We could really use him in this game. McNichols, he's been questionable, but Darrington Evans has been practicing. Taylor Wan, full participation. Blasting games, questionable. That's not good either. Tier Tart, been fully practicing. Saffold's been hurt. He's kind of been dealing with injuries all season, little nagging injuries and stuff. Monty Rice is not playing. Fulton's not playing. Obviously, Henry was just rest, and Caleb Farley's playing. So you can see the injury report there. It's not as bad as you think when you first see the list, because you just see a bunch of names and you're like, oh God, But like we said, the main one is Fulton. That's the one that really is just a dagger in the side, So yeah, let's get to a few more things here. And like I said, please hit that like and subscribe button. There's almost 40 people in here, so that's freaking awesome. And thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're at about we crossed over 500 a couple weeks ago, and Titan Anderson helped me get there. He did a little rally on his channel when I was at the Jags game, so that was really cool, and he kind of got me over that 500 mark, which was really awesome of him. And I know that they're revealing the gender of his baby today. They're having a party tonight, so congrats to him. So another little TA on the way. Marcus Johnson, that's somebody I wanted to bring up too. He looked good last week, and he's somebody that we definitely need to step up without Rodgers. What do you think of Johnson, man?
He's finally living up to the practice hype that everybody was talking about. So, I remember, a lot of people kept saying, oh, he's looking great in practice, looking great. And I'm like, where is it at game time? Because that's the most important thing. When I saw him play, I was like, okay, he kind of fits the part. He kind of looks like he belongs. And of course, that's another weapon that could be utilized in this offense, especially, once, AJ and Julio are, getting comfortable with Tannehill, especially Julio getting comfortable with Tannehill and everything. That's just going to, open up things for guys like Marcus Johnson and Josh Reynolds and McCole Pruitt and those guys, because they're just as key to that offense as AJ and Julio.
Yeah, and I talked about this with Two Tone Zone when they were on the show. But when in at the game in person, Johnson looked like he was in incredible shape. He looked like a big dude, like just in person. He's like 6'1", 205, but that guy looked awesome out there. I mean, he was running good routes. He just looked really good. He's somebody I did like before coming into the season. Obviously, he's been hyped up a lot, and he showed up last week. And I think somebody like him, I don't know what McNichols really, what his situation is as far as is he going to play a lot? Is he not? Is he going to be on a snap count or whatever, But, and I mentioned this on Tuesday's show that I think obviously if McNichols is playing, I think we're going to need him to step up in a major way, like on a few key first downs, somebody like Marcus Johnson. We need somebody like that to step up in a major way. If Chester Rogers is playing, one of those guys might have to step up multiple times for us to win this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I also believe too the coordinators, both offense and defense,
Yeah,
they're gonna have to really show out. If they're gonna have to earn their paycheck.
yeah,
Todd Downing has to. I thought Todd Downing had a pretty good game plan against the Jaguars. So I give him credit where credit is due. Otherwise, he's not been that good of a play caller. And then you got, we mentioned Shane Bowen. He's gonna have to show out as well. So Todd Downing, especially on first down, he's going to have to mix up the play calling. It cannot be a Henry run every 1st and 10
yeah,
to start the drive. It's going to have to do some play action. It's going to have to mix some things up. Maybe he has to do some trickeration. I remember it was a play, believe in the Jaguars game, where he had Cameron Benson taking snaps. So anything to kind of confuse the Bills, because we talk about a lot about the Bills offense, but the Bills defense, I mean, it's the number one defense right now, and they got some
yeah.
players on that defense, and they got to these coordinators gonna have to pull out all the stops in order to put themselves the Titans put themselves in a position to win this ball game.
Yeah, and Darrington Evans is back supposedly. It's tough to say, if McNichols doesn't play, it's going to be tough because I mean we just haven't seen much of Evans to rely on somebody that hasn't played a lot because we use McNichols a lot. He's a big part of this offense, and he's somebody that proved me wrong this year, man. I just last season I was just like, okay, here we go, McNichols again, kind of same old, but that dude is that playing the best ball of his career. So I'll eat crow on that for sure. I'll admit when I'm wrong. McNichols has been playing great. And it's been good to have that kind of, him be able to be in the passing game like that. And he's ran the ball decent too. So it's good to have somebody behind Henry that you could put in there and rely to get a first down or something like that. And if he's not in there, it's tough, So I don't know. I don't know what Evans' role is going to be in this game at all. I guess it depends on how much McNichols plays, right?
Yeah.
So Dylan Radins could see some time this week if depending on how Saffold holds up. Avery Williamson, they signed him. Avery Williamson's somebody I really like, during his career here with the Titans. This is his stats, 4 seasons. He played well, do you think he's better than Rashaan Evans at this point? I mean, we haven't seen him, but just at this point, do you think he's a better option than Rashaan Evans right now?
I think so. Evans has really been struggling. I don't know what's going on with him from a mentality standpoint, but he hasn't played well at all. Look at Avery Williamson. The thing I did not notice, I believe that was last year. He had 100 tackles. He was a 100 tackle guy last season.
Yeah,
and One thing about Avery Williamson that I knew, from his first stint with the Titans is he's very good against the run. He is
Yep.
very good against the run, and that's something that the Titans have lacked over the last couple of seasons. Is a guy that can control the other team's running game by limiting big plays. But of course, the thing that's kind of been the bugaboo for Avery Williamson, and the reason why he was not on the field for the Broncos was simply because he's not great in coverage. He's never really been that great in pass coverage. And this is a passing league. So if it's a passing league, you need guys that know how to do more than one thing. But obviously, though, I think he's definitely an upgrade over Rashaan Evans.
Yeah, I think so too. And like I said, I mean, there's his stats and like you brought up last season. I mean, he played for two different teams, and Steelers and the Jets, and he had over 100 tackles. That's hard to do. That is very hard to do in this league, to play for two different teams and have the production that he had. So I mean, the dude, he's 29, drafted in 2014. He's a 5th round pick for us. So it's hard to tell like how much would he know about this defense, because it's a totally different defense, right? So
Right.
that's that might not really matter, but he is comfortable in Tennessee. He loves playing for Tennessee. So hopefully he can help us win. You know what I mean? So hopefully he can get in there and play better than what Evans has been playing, how Evans has been playing. And it just sucks that Evans is not stepping up, man. Like, it's just, what sucks about Evans is the mental mistakes. I mean,
Yep.
the coaches have talked about it. That's the worst part about it, is he's out of place. And hopefully he can step it up, man. Hopefully he'll get better and improve. But we need it. We need a linebacker in there that is definitely going to get some run too, because last week we got gashed. I mean,
Yeah.
Robinson, and give a lot of credit to James Robinson, because that dude is a heck of a runner, man. He's tough, he's physical, and he really impressed me last season and last week. Football says his Titans 35-34 tomorrow. I hope you're right, buddy. Big Sportsman says Tart must win one-on-one for Dupree. Tart must win one-on-one for Dupree to have a lot of success. Otherwise, they will get double teamed. Yeah, that's definitely true. Let's see. We be ready for these games. I don't think we have to win this game. I don't think we show our true potential until the Chiefs game. Yeah, I mean, you might be right, man. It seems like we've kind of got a little more comfortable as things went along. I know Titan Upload before the season, he kind of predicted us to kind of be like this, like it's going to take a little time to get things rolling. Maybe he's right. Who knows? Power Hour says 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's his show tomorrow night with the one and only Ryan Harris. So y'all tune in to his show tomorrow night with Ryan Harris. They're going to chop it up right before the game. So at the Power Hour 615, that's the Twitter page and his Twitter page. And you can, if you type in on YouTube the Power Hour, you'll find them on YouTube too. There's a couple different Power Hour things, but if you scroll down, you'll see the Power Hour's blue thumbnail and click on that and see. I know Power Hour. I'll watch it, man. You know what I'm saying? Mark Jones says Tennessee Titans tank. Come on, man. I thought you were with us, Mark. What's up with that, man? Two Tone Zone. What is up? He says, hit that like button. Shout out to Rossi. Ryan, what's up, man?
What's up, Two-Tone? Two-Tone Zone.
Yeah. We had a great show with Two Tone, man. That was so much fun, dude. It's like sitting in your living room talking Titans, It was cool, man. They're awesome guys. I'm just calling King Stiff Arm be off with the head. Yeah. So I'm kind of confused, Mark. So you say they're gonna tank, but then maybe you meant the Bills, maybe you meant something else. I don't know. I know you're a big Titans fan. So Ralger says we won't have Fulton, but glad Hooker. Oh yeah, dude. We haven't even talked about Hooker. That's a huge upgrade, right? Over Crookshank.
Yeah, definitely. Crusade's been struggling, but definitely glad Hooker is coming back.
Yeah. We need him, dude. We need
Yeah.
him big time for this game. One player on the other goes in. What's up with that? We need Fulton in with Hooker. The other side we need it, but I guess we as Titans fans, we very seldomly get what we want, right?
Very.
So,
Very. Yeah.
so there you go. Win every day, not just every game, Derek. Yeah, that's right, man. Win in life, win every day. SM Ducky, what's up, buddy? Ducky's awesome, man. So shout out to him. He says hi, Rossi. Fulton's lost his shoes, but Dupree playing, which is amazing. Yeah, it's definitely amazing, man. Offensive line, we haven't even talked about that. What do you think about this O line, man? Do you think Luan's playing better? What do you think about the injuries?
And so with the offensive line, you kind of have to look at it like this. So I'm kind of a half glass full kind of a guy. So you got to look at the stats here. So the Titans, I believe, have given up like 20 sacks so far. But if you really look at it, most of those sacks that came in 2 games. They gave up 6 sacks against the Cardinals, and they gave up 7 sacks against the Jets. So that's 13 sacks in 2 games. You look at the other 3 games, I mean, it's only 7 sacks, so it's not too bad. It kind of just shows you that the offensive line is just very inconsistent. They're a little bit old on the older side. I mean, LaJuan's 30, Safo's over 30, Ben Jones is over 30. Those guys have been playing a lot of football together, so it just kind of is what it is with that O line. Hopefully, we get the good O line in this particular game, but they're just old, injury ridden, and inconsistent. That's just that the Titans O line as of right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, and I think Luan's getting better. He seems to be, and he talks about that. He's getting more comfortable. And you're right. I mean, Ben Jones is getting up there. Saffold is getting up there. Nate Davis has not played well this season, according to a lot of people. I don't know. I mean, the thing with Nate Davis is you haven't heard his name a whole lot, but people are saying he's not playing well, and he has given up some sacks. I know No Flags Film pointed it out. But yeah, I mean, you make a great point, man. You make a great point there, and I haven't thought about it that way. 13 sacks in 2 games. Last game, they had 3 sacks. Obviously, you're playing the Jaguars, so it's totally different story. And with the Bills, I mean, their defense is first in the league, and we can look at their stats here. Gregory Rousseau, which was a lot of people wanted him in Tennessee, wanted us to draft him. He's been awesome for them. He's had 3 sacks. He's been playing really well. Dynamic player. So they can get to the quarterback. They've been really good. You could see they have quite a few sacks here. They got Micah Hyde. I don't even know how to say it. Latulelele. I think that's his name.
Yeah, Latulelele.
Yeah. He's been playing. I don't know much about him, but I know he's been playing well for them. Micah Hyde has 3 interceptions. So, I mean, they got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 interceptions as a team. So that's pretty freaking good, man. Sacks, I don't know how much they have, but they're good, right? I mean, they're a good defense, a really good defense. So we're gonna have to step it up, man. We are going to have to step it up against them, for sure. The O line, for sure. It sucks seeing our boy getting sacked so many times and being under pressure. I feel like if they could just protect him, give him, I don't know, man. Watching Tannehill this year, I think he's doing pretty well. Like, he's made some really good throws. There's been a lot of drops. There's been a lot of inconsistency in the wide receiver play, separation issues. Obviously the injuries have, and obviously too, when you don't have AJ or Julio in there, it's a lot different because those guys are drawing attention. You don't have a true number one in there, so they're not drawing attention away. You don't have AJ or Julio in there. They're not scared of our passing game. You know, they're just worried about Henry. So I don't know. Jeff Young says Batson may get some touches. He might. I'm not really a huge Batson guy. I think he is pretty good, you know. He's one of those guys, in my opinion, you put out there every so often, get a quick hit. He did have a touchdown. So what do you think of Batson? A lot of people have different opinions on Batson. A lot of people love Batson. Some people are like, Batson, you know. What do you think about Cam Batson, man?
I mean, he all right. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you don't want him to be the focal point of your offense from a passing standpoint. But I mean, he brings a different element to the offense. As I was mentioning, he was in the Wildcat, so he was taking snaps on in the shotgun. So he brings a different element. But you don't really want to really rely on him to be, you know, the focal point of your offense. But you know, he's okay. He's a decent player. He brings some kind of value to the offense.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree too. Honestly, and I get what they're trying to do with Batson. I obviously I'm a big Mason Kinsey fan. I got a signed picture of him right here that they sent me. That's how big of a Kinsey fan I am, and I don't think I can take it off the wall. But it says to Rossi, Mason Kinsey. That's like one of my prized possessions, dude. And also this Jeffrey Simmons poster I won at Mr. Titan's Hangout. So I don't know. Right now it's really crowded. But I think they really could have used Kinsey against the Jets. He traveled with the team. I wish they would have called him up and at least gave him a chance just to see what he could do against the Jets. When you had all, you know, you were very limited on wide receivers, but that's another story, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get into that, man. It's getting heated, you know. Anyways, so we'll kind of start wrapping it up here. We're at 1 hour and 22 minutes. You guys have been amazing. I mean, you've seen the comment section here. It's been bing, bing, bing. So it's been a great night. Y'all been awesome. You guys freaking rock. Something I wanted to show real quick. I got some new logos made. So I'm pretty proud of them. And let me know if y'all like them or not. I didn't like the cape at first, but then I was like, it kind of started growing on me. I got one without the cape too. So let me know what you guys think in the chat. Which one do you like, with the cape or with not the cape? You know, and we'll roll with either one. You know, so let me know in the chat what you guys like. Which one do you like, Ryan? Which one do you like more easily?
This is a tough one.
Or do you like them at all?
I do like them. Yeah, I do like them. I don't know. I guess I like the one with the cape. I think the cape's kind of cool. Yeah, I think the one with the cape, is definitely the better of the two. So I say rock with the one with the cape.
All right, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to it. First, I was like, I don't really like it, but then it started growing on me. But obviously, I can use both of them in different situations. So it is cool. I'm trying to yeah. Big Sportsman says cape. All right. Well, y'all like the cape ones. Houston says I like the OG logo. I like it too, man. And I made that logo myself. So I don't know. I I kind of made it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I completely made it, but I did make it. I kind of made it my own, I guess you could say. Um, but yeah, I mean, yeah, y'all like the cape, so I guess I'll use that one. That's a pretty overwhelming thing, so I appreciate that. So let's kind of start wrapping it up here, and please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. You guys have been killer tonight. Y'all are awesome. Um, so what are your kind of? We'll just do kind of the three keys. You know, what are your three keys um, to victory?
All right. Well, the three keys. So number one, I would say TOP, time of possession. I
All
feel
right.
like to me that the Titans have to win time of possession. That basically means that they're going to have the ball longer, which also means that the Bills won't have the ball as much. So I think controlling the clock, meaning they're going to have to run the ball well. They have to, convert on third down. And also, and it kind of leads me to my next key is when they get to the red zone. Think red zone offense is going to be huge. Don't settle for field goals. I don't think field goals is going to win this game. I think touchdowns, you got to convert in the red zone. That's something that the Titans so far this season kind of been struggling with. Getting into the red zone and not being able to punch it in. They did a great job in Jacksonville, but other than Jacksonville, it's been kind of a struggle. But that's my second key, and the third key, and it's going to go for the defense. The defense has to be creative in their defensive coverages. So blitz a little bit, don't blitz too much. Force Allen to stay in the pocket, even though he's a really good pocket passer. You don't want to force him to throw on the run. You want to keep him contained, make him a patient thrower. Don't make him go for those chunk plays. Make him a thinking dunk thrower. If you make him think and dunk, he's going to be impatient. He's going to try to force the ball downfield, and that's when the Titans need to capitalize and try to get some turnovers from there.
Yeah, and I think you're right on those. Like, I agree with that. And mine are kind of similar. Ball control. And if y'all got some in the chat that we haven't mentioned, let us know too. Ball control, containing Josh Allen, eliminate the big plays, which um, I know you hit on a lot of that too, but containing Josh Allen is going to be crucial. And those big plays, man, we've had, that's one thing that we did better on last week, but obviously, like I said, we're facing the Jags and the Jets the last couple of weeks, but big plays, man. Janoris Jenkins, man, I hope he can hold his ground this game and just not get beat deep. So hopefully he'll step up, man, and and you know and play well this game. So man, I really appreciate you coming by tonight. We've been going strong for an hour and a half. I didn't know how long we were going to go tonight, but you guys, it's because of y'all. It's because of y'all. We've gone on, and let them know one more time, man, where they can find you, what you got coming up, like what you got planned for your podcast, for your channel, and just the future of what you're doing with Titans content.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Been a great show. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Harris 662. That's RyanHarris 662. Also follow my podcast. It's at The Jump Pass. THJUMPPASSTN at THJUMPPASSTN. Got a lot of content. Just put out my first episode, so be on the lookout for future episodes. But check out the my first episode where I basically talk about the same thing, giving you my Titans Bills preview, also letting you know what my thoughts are about the Titans the first 5 games of the season, and I also got something planned for the men and the women as far as a giveaway. I got a giveaway that I'm working on. I just got to work out the kinks on that, but I got a giveaway for one Titans male and one Titans female. So be on the lookout, and as always, man, tighten up and let's have a good game tomorrow, and let's hope the Titans get out on top, and then that way we'll have a lot to brag about, because I heard there's gonna be a lot of Bills fans in Nashville, so we got to send him. We got to send them home, pissed off and mad.
Did you see that post on Twitter with them in the airplane?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so hopefully there's not too many, but Nashville's a great place to visit. Like, a lot of people, a lot of away fans, they want to come here because of the scene in Nashville, and it's a fun party town, so it's good for our city, obviously, but yeah, sometimes there can be quite a few away fans in the stadium. So I think it's going to be rocking tomorrow night, man. I think that place is going to be on fire, dude. So I wish I could be there, man. I think Mr. Titan's going to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that place is going to be rocking, dude. So like I said, follow Ryan on at the Jump Past 10. I got that right on there?
Yep.
On
Twitter. Yep.
Follow
correct.
him on there, man. Yeah, tighten up, dude. I like I said, I really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow on the Power Hour. I'm sure me and you will be talking soon too.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man. See you later, brother.
All right, see you. Tighten up.
Tighten up. So there you go. There is Ryan. Follow him on at the Jump Pass TN on Twitter. Ryan's an awesome guy, man. He's a really good guy. Really stand-up dude. He's always posting our stuff. Always, supporting our channel. So it's cool, man. It's cool. He doesn't have to do that. And even if he didn't do that, we'd still like the guy. But he's awesome, man. He's been supporting me ever since I started. Been supporting Titan Upload, and Titan Upload's going to be back tomorrow, guys. He's going to be back on doing the Monday Night Football watch party. So y'all tune into that. It'll be right before the game starts. Probably it's going to be a lot of people in there. And follow Titan Anderson too. He's doing a watch party too. So flip back and forth between those guys. Give them both some love. Put a comment in the chat. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to this channel, man. We've been rocking and rolling like 3.5 months. We're over 500 subs. It's because of you guys. It's really because of you guys. I mean, I do try to give y'all quality content. I try to give quality content. I try to keep it fresh. And so, yeah, so I appreciate you guys too. Y'all have been incredible. Y'all are the reason this channel is doing what it's doing too. But like I said, I try to keep it fresh, try to get graphics and video and stuff like that. When I go to the games, I'm conscious of the channel too. So I really appreciate you guys too. Y'all have been awesome. I'll get to some more of your comments before I check on out of here. Houston says, love you, Blue. Definitely. Great show, Tighten Up. I appreciate it, man. Y'all made it an awesome show as well. Y'all been very active. I went to the Bears-Titans preseason game, and half of the place was orange. Yeah. There's a lot of Chicago people in Nashville, too. It's not really too far from Chicago. I think Chicago is maybe like 7 hours, something like that. I used to go to Chicago a lot when I was a kid because my cousin used to live in Chicago, so we used to go to Naperville growing up a lot. I'd spend a couple weeks in Naperville. It's a little it's a suburb of Chicago. Big Sportsman says won't be online tomorrow. I'm at the game. Sweet, man. That's awesome. Take some good pictures, dude. Send me some pictures and stuff. I know y'all seats are awesome, so send me some pictures, man. If y'all get in the end zone there, if you can, take a few pictures. I'll post them on the show. We'll probably have a show Tuesday night, the Titans Rossi Tuesday roundup. I've been doing that, so probably do that. Yeah, man. If you think about it, take a few pics and send them to me. Mark Jones says Titans Rossi channel is the best Titan channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I try to do my best. There's a lot of good YouTubers out there, man. There's a lot of them now, but there's a lot of good YouTubers out there, man, who are putting in work. So shout out to all those guys. There's so many now, I can't name them all. Used to be able to name them, but shout out to all those guys who are putting in work, man. And I saw your comment earlier, Clowney Super Bowl. I've heard of some of those guys. So, yeah, I'll see if I can kind of get connected with some of them. But I have somebody on the show every week. So I like having people on, because just sitting here talking by myself, yes, y'all interact. But having somebody on makes it a lot cooler, too, because you get somebody else's opinion. And I'm always having somebody new on here, not just YouTubers either. I've had people that are on Twitter. I've had friends of mine on. So it's not just like, oh, you got to have a YouTube to be on here and all this stuff. So I do appreciate everybody. Mark Jones says 221's Russian or can break it. I hope so. Kent Woods says will do. Kent Woods, are you going to be yeah. If y'all are both at the game, man, y'all should link up. Kent Woods is a really cool guy. I mentioned the foundation earlier, Kent. I don't know if you heard that. I mentioned your foundation. And also, like I said, guys, I'm part of a foundation called Grace Notes. You can look it up online or not, but we go and basically me and a friend of mine, he started it. We play music. I actually have a band. I had a band that was called Rossi. If you guys look it up on Google, it's the album's on there. It's called Rossi with the exclamation point and then Shed Your Skin. You can find the album. I'm the singer and I wrote all the songs and played the acoustic on there. It's a great album. It was recorded in one of the best studios in the country called the Sound Emporium a few years ago. So y'all could check that out, man. It's like Americana rock music. So we put a lot of time into it, and it was a really good album. So y'all check that out, man. If you're ever online, just Google it. But like I said, I'm part of a foundation where we go around, me and a friend, we play music for hospice centers, children's hospitals, drug treatment centers, and we just spread the message of hope and faith and recovery and all that stuff. Try to help people out. So me and my friend, we both share our story and all that stuff, and we go all over different places in South Florida. So Kentwood said, yes, I did. Beverly Woods Fishing and Hunting with the Kids Foundation. You can find us on Facebook. So yeah, check him out, man. Beverly Woods Fishing and Hunting with Kids Foundation. They take kids on big fishing trips, underprivileged kids, and stuff like that. So it's really cool what they're doing. Sauce, what's up, man? It's a Sauce Monster, man. We're just wrapping it up, dude. So thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry you missed some of it, but you can go back and watch it, man. But Sauce is my dude, man. We talk all the time. So not just, we text and stuff. So Sauce is my dude, man. So shout out to Sauce Monster, huge supporter of the Titan Upload Network. So we're going to get out of here, guys. We're getting in an hour and 40 minutes. It's 10:40 here where I'm at. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. You guys freaking rock. Here we go. Let's put this on here for tomorrow. Just for good luck. So hopefully that's what we're going to do to the Bills tomorrow. Don't sleep on the Titans, man. Don't sleep on the Titans. I'm telling you, or this might happen to you. So, I'm not counting my boys out, man. There's a lot of Titans fans out there who are being really negative and counting us out. I'm not going to name names, you know what I'm saying? But I've seen it on Twitter, man. A lot of people are counting us out. So there you go. Don't sleep on the Titans, or this might happen to you. This right here might happen to you right here. You might just get shook up. So the King is ready to go. He's ready to play. So shout out to you guys. We're gonna get on out of here. I appreciate it, and we'll talk Tuesday. I'll be active on Twitter tomorrow, and y'all can always hit me up on Twitter. Here we go, guys. Tighten up. Monday Night Football tomorrow. Check out Titan Upload, the Titan Upload Network. Check him out. Check his watch party out. Check out Titan Anderson. I will see y'all later. Tighten up.